Yeah, okay, so premise one is simply going to be if the universe has a cause that is expected on the God's hypothesis, then this raises the probability of God existing. Premise two, which is a repetition of premise one. So the conclusion must be, or the first, sorry, no, yeah, the first conclusion is this raises the probability of a God existing. And so for the third premise, it's simply going to be if God existing is more likely than not, then God exists. And then the second conclusion is that God exists, right? So any critiques or refutations?
Oh, hold on. We're not done. We're not. Hold on. We're not done. Just quick clarification. The God. Yeah. How do you pronounce that word, Ghostie? Can you pronounce it for me?
Nigger.
Hypo. Yo, pronounce it, bro. Pronounce it, bro. Oh,
Nigger.
hypothesis. Yeah. Okay. When we say like under the God hypothesis, we're just simply saying that when it comes to the universe and explaining why this exists or questioning the meaning of reality, we're just simply saying that it seems to be the case that justifying to a random layman such as Cap because he's a retard, he's a dumbass. If you were to come up to me and go to the kings of like the world and say, "Yo, why does reality exist, or what is the reason for which you were created?" We're gonna then say that well, under this God hypothesis, that it's to be the case that it's best explained that a divine being or a entity external to that of the universe and space and time is what caused all this to begin and is what created everything, which started off like the Big Bang or how we believe the universe came into creation. That's the semantics referred to in the first premise. Is there anything else to add on, Ghosty?
Um, yeah, I think God exists, bro.
Okay, so my teammate's retarded. Hi, you can mute us now. We're done.
Are we good to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should
So
be good.
Hyde, maybe you should maybe as the fucking mod make that clear, and then like when they're done speaking, unmute us first before you mute them, so it can be a swift transition and it's not a long pause. But Cap, I'll let you lead
I'm
it.
gonna let you get away with that one, bro. Don't speak to me like that again, though, Kylo.
All right, Cap, take it away.
Whatever, dude. Okay. So, insofar as your theory of probability there, I don't see why we should hold that these type of concepts like probability have any semantic underpinning when we employ them in these type of formal arguments. But even then, like let's just grant that the probability talk has some type of semantic underpinning, which we can come back to that later. But I just want to know if your argument is presupposing these type of monotonic systems, because if it's the case that your argument is presupposing this type of monotonicity, then I have qualms with that because it seems like that for which is going to be a defeasible system, it's going to be overriding any type of means for which you want to come to this type of conclusion, right? And diffusible systems are obviously more privileged within our conceptual scheme, given the coordinated success with how we reason in our day-to-day reasoning practices, right? But it seems to be the case that premise two here says just repeat the first part. So you actually just have two stacked conditionals and then a conclusion, but the conclusion isn't a conditional either. So this just seems like it would be formally invalid. But yeah, maybe you guys can respond to that, but I'm gonna pass it over to Kylo and see if he has anything he
Well,
wants to say.
let me Cap. Are you typing down what they're saying?
Yeah, it's all in the side chat.
Oh, are you typing in a side chat? That's you typing.
No, that's Ox typing, but I
Oh,
put their argument in
can
the
you?
side
Are
chat.
you on your PC right now?
Yeah.
Okay, open up Obsidian or something. I just want you to type out, just transcribe it all, and then type out their burdens. But I have not much to
Okay.
say. We can concede our time and give it to them.
All right, I'm unmuting Ghostie and Trouble. Da-da-da-da. Y'all are good to go.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, kind sir. Cap, as usual, you're always the retarded one, failing to actually give responses. Ghosty, I wrote down everything. Feel free to respond. But before we actually start giving arguments, we just want some clarification upon the semantics that you're using when you say terms like monotonicity and semantic, whatever bullshit for probability. So, Hyde, if you can, please unmute them so Cap can just clarify upon what he means with that.
All right.
Wait.
You can put in layman's terms, by the way.
Cap, can
So
you hear
when we
me?
talk about whether or
Layman
not an
terms,
argument is
layman terms, layman
monotonic,
terms.
yeah, I grant that you need to be taught this. It's fine, boss. So when we talk about whether or not an argument's monotonic, right, all we're talking about is whether or not if we add new information, right, would the conclusion be one for which is rendered false or one for which is rendered unjustified, right? If it's the case that your argument's monotonic, then it seems like these defeasible systems, which are just systems where you can add new information in, and you can add new information in, right, and it can change the conclusion. Right, it seems like those type of systems are going to be privileged within our daily reasoning practices. Right, I talked about the coordinated success, but look, your burden so far is to answer whether or not your argument's monotonic. Hold on, stop talking. I'm not finished.
He's not finished. He's not finished, but I'm
You
gonna
passed the
mute
steak to me, bitch ass nigga. So shut the fuck up. So your burden so far is to answer whether or not your argument's monotonic, which I just explained what that is. Then you have to answer why we should grant that probability talk has any semantic underpinning. And in case you don't know what that is, it's just going to be some type of leveling within our linguistic practices. And then also you have to respond to the point about your argument just seeming straightforwardly formally invalid. So those are your three burdens right now.
All right, I'm gonna mute them. Y'all can go now.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Ghosty, feel free to respond, man.
Yeah, okay. So one, I would simply define this syllogism as a biconditional relationship. I don't think it's. I don't see why it has to be tautological syllogism. You need justification or need to further exemplify or explain why this has to be this or why this is the case. I don't grant you simply saying it now is true. It's kind of silly. Two, yeah, that kind of goes under the case that these two things are stacked as conditionals. I don't grant, once again, that this one quote unquote invalid syllogism, invalid form, or an invalid or a form of fallacy, right? Once again, I would need further explanation or credence to the fact that this actually is, right? Because it seems like you're just mistracking a simple syllogism, right? So I don't think a premise repeating another premise is any tautological or anything that's this meaning or the meaning of that same syllogism. I think that can still logically and formally stand, right? So that's one. What else did they say? Oh, probability, right? Yeah, I think probability is just true within nature. I think it goes beyond the semantic or linguistic level, right? I think people incorporate and utilize and rely on probability more than just semantic tools or linguistic tools. I'm pretty sure that's what you're saying there. I guess the whole method you shitty KG niggas use is shitty ass jargon, which is shitty as fuck. But yeah, man, if my teammate was anything to add on, I would love to hear that.
Yeah, just hold on, bro. KG is tough. They're all tough as Cap. You know, he's the one retarded one. But just give me a second while I get something real quick for the other burdens. Just to be clear, Ghostie, you have everything else in DMs, right?
Yeah, bro.
Yo, y'all
Okay.
better hurry up, bro. Y'all are almost at under 1 minute.
Shut up, nigga. Now, the only thing we left to respond to is nothing. Ghostie, you did everything, man. We can like relinquish our time.
All right, I'm unmuting Kylo and Capp.
Hurry up, bro. Hurry up, bro.
Yo, they're unmuted. Stop
Okay,
fucking playing with me,
so-
pussy.
Cap, you're a retard.
Like, I just want to flag this for the recording and for the audience. They didn't answer whether or not their argument's monotonic, right? It seems to be the case that they're kind of retarded on that end. Also, you said that probability is just true within nature, right? But in order for that object level talk there to obtain, you need to have these type of meta level presuppositions, which just is that probability has some semantic underpinning. If it's the case that probability has no semantic underpinning, then everything you're saying there is not even going to be that for which is even obtainable within some type of well-formed formula or even obtainable within some type of semantics, right? So I don't understand why you keep saying probability is true within nature and that people rely on probability, because again, that's presupposing that probability has this type of semantic underpinning, which you have yet to justify. You still have these burdens on the table. Also, I didn't make the claim that your argument's formally invalid. I just said it seems to be the case, right? Clearly, you can have false seemings, bitch. So I don't know why you try to place that bullshit ass burden on me, nigga. But yeah, I'm gonna pass it over to Kylo. These
Well,
burdens are still on the table,
look,
by the way.
Cap, let's take this another route for the dissecting. So here's what I want you to do. Not only will we like force them to justify their given claims, let's just employ. I want you to employ on our next cross an argument against the deism view. Maybe we can actually do one better for the recording. So we'll give an argument against deism, simultaneously critiquing their argument. I think that will be a good route of showing they're not equipped to debate people like us, things of that nature. I don't really have to respond too much of the argument, but so yeah, Cap, and then yeah, just keep typing it out. Let's employ. Make sure to be very clear on these next crosses. State for the recording their burdens, what they have and have not done, establish the win conditions, and then yeah, give the argument against it. But we can just relinquish our time. This is kind of petty, or it's kind of
All right,
pity.
I'm unmuting Trouble and Ghostie. All right, y'all niggas can go.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, little bro. So we
I own you, bitch. Yo, Trouble, I will punk the shit out you. Go.
Like, what is this moderation, bro? Ghostie, are you there, bro?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, so this is just how I know that Cap is just the obvious retarded one. Once again, not Kylo, but Cap the retard. So when my teammate Ghostie was given the argument for probability, he also addressed the reason as to why I have some sort of semantic underpinning. But since this isn't being judged, I'm not going to be obligated to repeat the justification that he gave for that said claim. So moving on to the other thing, that being our argument being monotonicity or things of that nature, I'll just ask the relevance of that question. As me and Ghostie, we're not really aware of whatever the fuck you're talking about. So just extrapolate upon and explain to us why we have to answer this question. And if we don't answer the question, Ghostie, is there anything else that you like tracked down that they mentioned?
Yeah. Okay. So what he.
Oh yeah, okay. No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, what he intended to do was provide a reason as to why my probability point was circular in a sense. Right. I guess him externally trying to claim that semantic underlying or my probability or probability lacking semantic underlying, therefore we don't know why we take this model to be true. That's in itself stupid as fuck, right? You have to justify that. I guess you're trying to critique it or give it a question. When you base that, you have basis upon that. Skepticism. Back to my teammate, girl. Go ahead, bro.
Thank you, bro. So back to me, my amazing gay teammate Ghostie. In reference to again Cap, because once again you're making all the retarded arguments and not giving actual secular responses. When it comes to why we should take probability to give meaning towards things, I think me and my teammate are just going to affirm that probability in and of itself is this self-evident thing or axiomatic thing that no matter whenever you observe a data set and and you introduce the idea of probability toward, it's always going to be the case, no matter what, and never to fail, that upon consistent observations, things are going to either change or support likelihood or different conclusions or things of that nature. So let's say the data set is, why is Capp an actually good debater? Well, okay, one, let's examine everything. Across all of his debates, he got bitched by infinity. He lost to me and Ghostie multiple times. He's consistently losing. If you look at his record in KG, the guy isn't good. He can't try, and for some odd reason, he always uses jargon, but then just fails to extrapolate upon the jargon and actually respond to the argument. So upon his constant observation and introducing this axiomatic system, that being probability, it's just going to be the case that it's one, very likely that Capp is just an ass debater and sucks overall, and two, that when we look at the universe and add in probability towards everything from the universe, that being, to fine tuning to an extent, that it's very likely that there's some sort of external being or cause as to why all this exists, which gives our argument meaning and foundation towards everything. Ghostie, is anyone trying to say?
Yeah, okay. Even though what he said was circular, just for the people watching, I guess they may be fooled by a shitty ass attempt.
The timer is up. The timer is up. The timer is up.
We're not done, bro.
The timer is up. Nigga, what the fuck? Niggas ain't speaking past the timer. I'm unmuting Capp and Kylo. They can go now.
Yo, Cap, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Okay,
hear you.
before wait, hold on. Before you give the response, and like, make sure you talk to these two people, talk to our debaters, but make it very clear. Speak to the audience on this next response on why we're winning, and just go through that criterion. But go ahead, Twin.
Yeah, so typically the way we establish a winner within a debate is going to be this type of demonstrative power, right? Whether or not you can meet your burden of proof and burden of rejoinder, right? This is typical debate norms. So, you guys still have several burdens on the table that you guys have yet to fulfill, okay? You didn't answer the question of whether or not your argument's monotonic, and you wanted the relevance relation, so I'm going to give you the relevance relation. If it's the case that we should not adopt these type of monotonic arguments, and your argument is monotonic, then we can dismiss your argument altogether, right? And you don't want to say we can do that, right? Presumably, you want to say that your argument's one for which is sound and valid and serves as some type of, it serves as this type of thing for which is supposed to be convincing to an audience, right? So that's the relevance relation, bitch ass nigga. Okay? Then you accused me of jargon spamming, even though I broke down to you the concept of monotonicity, like you were in 5th grade, like you were a little kindergartner. You're my bitch, nigga. So I'm gonna break it down for you one more time so now niggas can't say I'm jargon spamming. Okay, monotonicity just talks about whether or not it's the case that when you add new information into a system or an argument, whether or not the conclusion is going to be one for which is rendered unjustified, false, or the argument is going to be rendered unsound. Right? If it's the case that we have these type of defeasible systems, which just says that you can input new information and the argument, the conclusion can change, right? It seems to be the case that those type of theories of argumentation are going to have coordinated success, right, towards how we reason in our day-to-day lives, right? So if it's the case that the argument's monotonic, then there's a problem. Okay, really simple.
Wait,
now,
Cap.
you guys are begging the shit out of the question.
Cap.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, Twin. I gotta go shit. So like, you want to conclude after these like one more response, or you want to just 1v2 them?
Yeah, these niggas are retarded as fuck.
All right, let's do like.
Cap, can you 1v2 them, bro?
Hold on. No, we'll actually because our time's valuable, boss. Look, we'll do like maybe 1 to 2 more crosses, and then we're done here. But I apologize, Cap, for interrupting you, Twin. But please continue.
Yeah, then they said they gave the argument for probability having semantic underpinning, which you fucking didn't, right? You just begged the shit out of the question by saying that probability goes beyond semantic nature, in which case what we're questioning right now is whether or not it even has semantic nature, right? We're questioning whether or not it has this type of leveling within our linguistic and conceptual practices when we adopt these type of things in our conceptual scheme. And if you don't know what a conceptual scheme is just going to be this type of thing which organizes this structure, it organizes this domain of inquiry, okay? And you can embed a lot of things within your conceptual scheme. You can embed questions, you can embed propositions, you can embed arguments, you can embed all types of things, right? Now, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to give you a basic argument, and we're going to see how you respond to this argument, okay? If it's the case that alethetic nihilism is the case, then it is the case that deism's not true. Alethetic nihilism is the case, therefore, deism's not true. So you can respond to that argument, and also, you still have all those burners on the table, but I'm going to pass it to Kylo Lamb.
How much time do we have left, moderator?
Y'all have like 50 going on 45 seconds.
Okay, Cap, so... I mean, so far we're doing good. Let me think. Maybe preface. I guess you're already doing all that. I can't even say anything else we need to do. Well, we'll relinquish our time. They got it.
Yo, hi.
Yo,
bro, you fucking ready, bro?
oh shit, everyone was silent. Okay, yeah, I
No,
respond.
I have a retard
okay.
opinion, bro. Okay, hold on. Before we get to responding, One, we said you were jargon because you mentioned a bunch of jargon terms and just didn't define them. You only defined one of the terms. That doesn't actually respond to anything. Secondly, in reference towards your probability thing, just for clarification, because I don't think you're really tracking what we're saying, Ghostie, just to be clear, because once again, Cap is a very idiotic person. We're giving two different accounts as to why probability actually has meaning, correct?
Yeah. Why we should take probability? Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess
And do you want to?
semantic
Do you want to
underlying.
be? Yeah. Okay. And do you want to be generous enough to repeat this to Cap the retard?
I mean, should I, bro? Yeah, actually, sure. I guess, bro. Actually, before I do that, though, real quick, you're not gonna quote unquote give us a bunch of burdens, and then after you give us a bunch of burdens, or quote unquote give us a bunch of burdens, you're not gonna propose a new argument. I don't know what type of shitty ass low tier rhetoric
Yeah.
strat that is, but that's not what
Yeah.
you're gonna do. So we're gonna dismiss the argument until we properly quote unquote attack
Yeah,
the quote unquote
on
burdens
the
we have.
burden. Yeah. Also, another thing is that Ghostie, it seems to be a consistent thing with like activators to this level that we've consistently beat on and fucked, that he wants to constantly dive into like meta debating. So I'm not sure why you want us to dive into meta theories or different theories of justifications for arguments and the actual relevant parts of them. You said that if we don't answer this, then our argument can collapse or just fall into nothing. I would ask, what's the argument for that? And then two, all we're really saying is that, okay, the universe is this. There just seems to be the case within philosophy or throughout the human history of life that people ask questions. We had the God hypothesis that, okay, well, if there's a universe, then what is the meaning of everything? And if we have probability, once again, you didn't respond to my reasoning as to why probability is above everything, which I'm not going to repeat to you. If you have like, conceptual things like probability that explain everything for us and gives us actual reason to believe, then it's going to be justified through the argument. Ghost, you can continue on.
Yeah, okay. So I guess the question he keeps proposing or asking, he tried to give a good definition, but he just once again purposely and use shitty words or shitty jargon words to define monotonic. Monotonic simply can just be swapped with deductive for the audience, right? For the niggas listening to this. So I guess if he's asking, can our statement or can our syllogism be monotonic, given the fact that it utilizes probability? I would leave that to I would personally say I don't really think it matters. It could be inductive and or deductive. I don't think it matters, but I would leave that to my teammate. And to address the critical burdens we have, actually, no, I just did all that. Yeah, you're pretty ass, bro.
It's not an inductive argument. Cap, I don't know why you like try and like talk the tough shit to me and Ghostie, especially because Ghostie likes boys. Like, here. You sound very, very feminine. Like you, I don't want to talk tough talk, bro. You sound like a bitch. You don't even sound confident speaking to me and Ghostie like this. Hi, you're also a bitch. He's like a moderating. Now, in reference towards the actual argumentation, and we're actually referring to for the whole argument thing, Ghostie was like the very last thing you said.
Oh yeah.
Yo, the
awesome.
timer ran out, bro. I'm muting Trouble. I'm muting Mr. 50 Inches of Ass. I'm unmuting Kylo. I'm unmuting Cap. Y'all can go now.
You got it, Twin.
This retarded fucking tranny proceeded to beg the question against the view that these type of probability talks have no semantic underpinning. So this is what we're gonna. Also, you don't get to just say that this type of line of questioning is irrelevant when I already explicated the relevance relation to you before, bitch. That's what we're not gonna do. Actually, give a reason why you think it doesn't matter, bitch ass nigga. Because I gave you reasons to believe that that type of talk here is gonna be relevant to the dialectic. Okay. So you said you didn't respond. You didn't respond to my argument. My argument about probability being over and above everything. I did respond, bitch ass nigga. I said that the object level talk there is presupposing this type of meta level talk, which is just gonna be that these type of probability talk has semantic underpinning, right? You still haven't motivated that it has semantic underpinning, bitch ass nigga. And then for your retarded ass teammate Ghostie, this retarded fucking faggot tranny hasn't actually gave an account for why it's not gonna be the case that these type of probability talks have semantic underpinning. But also, I gave him the relevance relation for the monotonicity talk, and he still hasn't answered the question I asked him from the onset. So I'm gonna fucking ask it again, right? And if you think it's irrelevant, you owe me an account as to why it's not going to be relevant. Is your argument monotonic or not, retard?
Cap, he was.
But yeah, I'm Kylo.
He also was like, well, if it's monotonic, why should I think it collapses my argument? I flagged that. If you want to respond,
I gave him reasons to believe that.
Okay, perfect.
What the fuck
That's
is he
fine.
talking about?
As long as it's on the recording, that's fine. But Cap, I just need you to do this. Are you on Obsidian or what are you on? What do you write?
I'm just typing in side chatting.
Are you on your PC?
Yep.
Can you open Obsidian really quickly? We'll give these guys maybe one more cross-examination, and then we can go to closings. Yeah, we could probably do it. Let me know when your Obsidian's open.
Yeah, my shit's open again.
All right, so structure, type this. Their burdens. Type their burdens. Tab it. Type in their questions. Tab it. And then type in notes or transcripts, and we'll just type down everything they said. Also flag how you gave like a defeater to the proposition given that lethal nihilist talk. They didn't respond to that. Type in like, yeah, that can go under like their burdens, the things they got to respond to. Type the shit down they didn't respond to. How much time do we got left, Mod?
Y'all got like 20 seconds left, bro.
20. Really? That was a quick 3 minutes. Well, as long as my teammate got that format, we should be good. But we'll make it clear for the recording. I mean, it's pretty obvious we're winning. So we'll donate them one more cross-examination, and after that cross-examinations, we will transpire into closing statements, so they can take the rest of the
All right,
time.
the timer ran out. All right, I'm muting Kylo and Cap. Hold on, I gotta do something, bro. Before I mute Trouble, bro, everyone look in general chat. That's how fast this nigga Trouble is. This nigga shitty. All right, I'm unmuting Trouble's bitch ass. I'm unmuting Ghostie. Ghostie is my goat, but fuck Trouble. All right, y'all
Yeah,
go.
I'm muted. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
okay.
yeah, hold on. I just say like a couple of things. Then you respond. You said that my gay teammate, Ghostie's argument dives into or presupposes meta language. Okay, what's the argument for that? As in reference to the very last thing, the retarded bamboo monkey nigger Kylo said that you gave a defeater towards the argument. Fine, you guys can believe you gave a defeater, but we already put that off to the side in reference towards the question begging. Keep saying question begging. So please point to us when you respond. If you don't respond, because you're going to conclusions out there, so you guys aren't tracking. Please point to within the argument where or throughout this time debate where me and Ghostie ever presupposed the thing they were trying to affirm. So please show us where we assumed any conclusion that being God is true or probability gives credence towards things or semantic underlying, as you retarded niggas say, that we already assumed this to be true. We're actually arguing for it. You're just going in circles. As in reference to, hold on, let's go back to the very first thing. Yeah, Ghost, you can respond now.
Yeah, okay, so I don't know why the fucking faggot, dumbass nigga who can't even speak a coherent sentence in one fucking breath is trying to speak with me like he's actually good. What you did was you went to shitty ass Kylo, you went to KG. Oh, Daddy Kylo, please give me your cock, give me your shitty ass knowledge, you know, lost affinity, everyone else. Right, because you, Cap, your fucking ass, Kylo's your fucking ass, you're retarded nigga. Nigga text his mom mid debate. Oh, Mommy, did I win? Mommy, did I win? Mommy, I'm on my debate today, shitty ass nigga. You fucking suck, bitch. Never speak like that again out of your fucking life, right? I don't know if you're retarded, I don't know if you can't track, or I don't know if the buzzwords your Daddy Kylo put in your brain when you go to sleep at night because you're a fucking faggot is making you mistrack the words coming out of my mouth, so I'm gonna say this nicely for you. It can go either way, but just for your shitty ass, we can say that the argument is non-monotonic. That doesn't matter because I'm using probability here, right? I don't think any new info would genuinely change the outcome that God exists, right? I don't know why you're trying to use the shitty ass jargon, the shitty ass speech, like you're any type of fucking high tier. You're only a high tier. Only time you're a high tier is in KG realm, right? Why is that the case? Because Daddy is fucking Kylo to you, bruh. You go to bed at night, young Kylo, goodbye, speed. Thank you for the amps you gave me today. Oh, you're such a fucking high tier. You're a broke, ugly little fucking fat bitch named
Okay,
fucking
wait, hold
Cat.
on, bro. Hold on,
Shitty.
bro. Hold on.
Your
Like,
ass.
okay, bro. Hold on, you dumb nigga. Like, let's not waste time. In reference to something that High sent in chat, go see. We're gonna be leaking a screenshot of Cat banging Rams. Guys, he's like a main chat now. Yo, this nigga is so
Your
ass, bro.
ass.
Yo, me niggas like Ghostie will rape you, bro. Like, yo, listen,
Your
bro. Bro, we need to go to conclusions, bro. We
ass.
need to go to conclusions, bro. We're done here, bro. We're done here, bro. I somebody to talk to you, bro. We're done here, bro. We're done here,
You're
bro.
fucking dog shit.
Yo, alright, I don't got need yo.
All right, I'm gonna see
You're horrible.
if they want to go to conclusions. By the way, real quick, type one if you love hide in chat. I'm muted Cap. I'm muted Kylo. Type one if you love hide in chat.
We're gonna give our last cross, and then we can go
There's
to
no way
closings.
these niggas just cooked up a fake screenshot. That is gang. What the fuck? That's crazy. But regardless, so you wanted me to give an argument for why it's the case that this type of probability talk there presupposes this type of metalinguistic access to object level discourse, right? And the reason for that is very simple. When you have these type of probabilistic operators here, you're going to be defining them over this semantically individuated algebra of propositions. And obviously that's not going to be over uninterpreted object language utterances, retarded fuck. I don't understand why niggas are so fucking retarded. These niggas are so fucking stupid. Okay, then he said any new info would not change the conclusion of the argument. But then he said it's not monotonic, and then he proceeded to say his argument is monotonic. And if it's monotonic, I already gave you reasons to reject this type of monotonic theory of argumentation, bitch. You're not actually responding to it with anything of substance. But yeah, I just fulfilled those burdens, right? Then I'm gonna explain why you question backed when you talked about this type of talk here, right? The reason why you question backed was because you said that probability is true in reality, right? Now that was in response to when I asked you why I think probability has semantic underpinning, okay? And given the reasons I just gave, right, obviously it's going to be the case that that's presupposing the conclusion which I intended for you to establish, bitch ass nigga. But by the way, you guys have about 5 burdens on the table right now. You niggas are retarded
Cap,
as fuck.
let me have
I'm
you.
gonna pass it to Kylo.
Yeah, look, because they're gonna go to their closing after this. So, just type while they're giving their closing, be prepping our closing. So prep shit they didn't do. They didn't respond to the Lethic Nihilist talk. Prep like the meta shit they were doing, the bad faith shit, like if they're creating fake screenshots, just all the bullshit they're doing within the debate. Put that in the closing. The win conditions, why we met the win conditions, why they failed. But other than that, we can really just relinquish our time. We don't have to eat up too much time. They can give their closing.
All right, I'm gonna mute Cap. I'm gonna mute Kylo before I mute Trouble and Ghostie. I just want to tell everyone in chat this is a rare event. If you ping 29 AK rarely, the first 3 people to call him a bitch will get nitro. Wallahi. All right, fuck Trouble and Ghostie.
Alright,
I'm muted.
Yeah, shut up, man. Also, guys, 2-9. If you ping him, will drop that dick off like you did.
Am I
Like
muted?
it is,
Am I
no.
muted? All right, great, bro.
Yeah, hold on.
So,
Before we say anything, Kylo, I'm not sure doing the low tier strike there where like you give a new argument and then try and push it to conclusion we can respond to it. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna give a response. Majority of what the other nigga said is just irrelevant. Like the nigga didn't track anything, didn't give any new reasonings. Ghosty, just respond and then we can just go to
yeah,
conclusions.
okay. So the dumbass fucking retard who can't track simple words coming out of my mouth because he's too busy with Kylo's fucking cock in his 2 ears and fucking mouth, right? The words I said, I never claimed it was monotonic. I said it could generally go either way, but I can justify it being non-monotonic, and I gave the justification because prior probability. So no, I did not say that any new info cannot change. That would be monotonic, retard. I don't know what type of shitty ass jargon you studied. I don't know what type of shitty ass flow papers he wrote up for you. I don't know what type of shitty ass Kylo papers you got written up for you, but they're fucking ass. Go to
Very ass,
ChatGPT and
very
get
ass.
back on the
Oh shit.
fucking lab. You dumb ass. I said any new quote unquote info that you would try to propose would not override the prior probability. I would need an argument for the new info overriding your prior probability. I don't understand the words you're saying, bro. Can you just actually attack the
Okay,
argument
wait,
in
hold
your
on, bro.
own
Hold
shitty
on, bro.
ass circles?
We don't have all day, bro. We don't have all day.
When you try to use a jargon term like what semantic underpinning that does not exist. I don't know what type of shitty ass paper you read. I don't know what type of ChatGPT audience gave that to you. It's not underpinning. It's under determination, underlying. You shitty ass, dumb ass cock, fucking retard. Keep
Okay,
sucking
bro. Okay,
Kylo's
bro.
dick,
Okay, bro.
shitty
We
ass
got it, bro.
boy.
We got it. We got it. We
Matter of
got it. We
fact,
got
no,
it. We
we
got it.
relinquish our time. We
No, no,
relinquish
no,
our
no, no,
time.
no,
We
no, no,
relinquish
no,
our
no,
time.
no,
We
no,
relinquish our
no,
time.
no,
We
no,
relinquish
Nah,
our
no,
time.
that no
no,
takes
no,
you
no,
We
back
relinquish our
seat,
time.
bro.
We relinquish our
I'm
time.
muting Trouble. I'm muting Ghostie. Before I unmute Kylo and Cap, bro, type 1 in chat if Hyde is a good debater. Kylo is unmuted. Cap is unmuted. Remember to
Oh,
type 1 if Hyde is a good debater.
Cap, before you go, look, Cap, I'm gonna
Faggot ass
Cap,
niggas are
stop,
lying.
stop, stop. When you give your closing, Twin, stay calm. Look, I'm gonna give you the full 3. Don't get amped up. Just talk to the rec. Make it very clear for all the listeners for our closing while they lost, but just stay chill.
Okay,
Take the
yeah.
full 3 minutes too.
I just want to flag that this nigga Ghostie just lied, right? So I want you to bet me $1,000 that you didn't say that your argument's monotonic under the definition of monotonicity we're operating under here. Bet me 1,000 that you didn't say that, bitch ass nigga. Bet me 1,000 that you didn't say that any new info would not change the conclusion of the argument, right? That just means it's monotonic, retarded fuck. But let me explain to you guys why these niggas lost, okay? These niggas lost because they're lacking in demonstrative power, right? I placed on them several burdens, and we're gonna go through these burdens one by one. Probability having semantic underpinning was not adequately justified. The argument being monotonic was not adequate. The theory of argumentation being one for which is monotonic was not adequately justified when we operate under this type of dialectic. In fact, I gave them reasons to reject monotonic arguments, and they didn't respond to that, right? I gave them an argument against Theism, which was alethic nihilism. They dismissed it like a little bitch. They didn't respond, okay? They asked me for an argument for why it's going to be the case that, well, actually, we don't even get into that yet. They still have other burdens as well, right? I told them that they were question begging, right? They were being fallacious. They begged the question when they said that, probability is true in reality in response to me asking them why it would have some type of semantic underpinning, okay? And then, let me explain the burdens that we actively fulfilled. I properly explicated my terms. I gave them an argument why the object level talk there presupposes this type of meta level talk. They asked me to justify that. And yeah, we fulfilled more burdens than these bitch ass niggas, and they have more burdens on the table. They obviously lost this debate. By the way, they were being very bad faith. They were constantly insulting me. They were making fake screenshots mid debate to try to get these type of little rhetoric points for these bitch ass niggas to dick eat them in the chat. That shit did not fucking work, nigga. I don't know why you're making fake screenshots in real time, nigga. That shit is ass. But yeah, I'm gonna pass it to Kylo.
I guess yeah. Shout out to the Imperium. This was a cordial, moderate discussion. Shout out to Hyde. And with that being said, we will like swiftly exit the premises. We do appreciate the win here. I just like employ our interlocutors to, I don't know. It seems like they don't take this very serious. They're fine with getting beat on like this. So either I employ them to read up more, do more real debates, like not troll debates. But given this is all recorded and permanent for history, it's like it's kind of it's a digital footprint. But that's all. You guys take care. Appreciate the audience. And yeah, we're out of here.
Are you smart and are you bored? Are you just wasting away your talents at debating? Well, you came to the right place. Download Gabble. Gabble is the best new debate app for people like you who are bored and just so smart. You could switch to AI and human opponents only. You can only use the KG link, not the App Store, only the KG link.